Tonight on CTV News, Fort Collins gets a new Chamber of Commerce CEO.
Then find out where the new COVID testing kiosk in Colorado will be and learn about CSU's ceremonial oval walk. All that and more on CTV News starting now.
Good evening, Rams. I'm Weston Hubbard.
And I'm Samantha Medley. Thank you for joining us tonight.
In more local news, the Fort Collins Area Chamber of Commerce recently brought in a new CEO for the role. Her name, Ann Hutchinson. Ann Hutchinson is the current vice president of the Chamber of Commerce, but at the end of this year, she will take over the position from previous CEO David May as he retires at the end of this year. She will immediately take the new role as soon as January 1st comes around. According to the Coloradan, Hutchinson said, "I am so honored to have had the opportunity to represent the business community for 17 years. To move into this role and know I can do this move excitingly and as much as I can is something I cannot wait to do." She has been a part of the chamber for the past 17 years and seems to be really looking forward to her new position and all the change that she's going to bring about with it.
As the containment of the Cameron Peak fire continues to grow, firefighters and safety personnel are now starting the suppression repair process. After months of battling the blaze, nearly 92% of the flames have been contained. The sky above Fort Collins is finally clearing up and the city's air quality is back to semi-normal range. The goal for crews is to now repair dozer and hand lines and remove fuel throughout shipping operations. Although there are still several closures and restrictions in place, Alan Lawson, the incident commander, assures Coloradoans, "Please respect the closures still in place. They are there for everyone's safety, the efficiency of suppression and repairs, and to minimize the start of any new fires."
Next week, starting from the 15th through the 21st of November, the Colorado State University Oval will be closed to the public and to students in order to allow for the campus what they are calling the ceremonial oval walk, in order to honor all of the graduates thus far of 2020. Due to COVID, many may have missed out on an opportunity to experience an event like this. Members of the public and guests will not be allowed to attend. However, the event will be sure to be live streamed. Campus shuttles will be sure to be relocated if they are going to interfere with the event as it is taking place.
An October study conducted by CSU's Social Norming Task Force Committee shed light on how students and faculty feel about practicing safety measures amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Students at Colorado State University are more motivated to practice health behaviors after a month and a half of classes in order to ensure the health of the community. Nearly 91% of students said they felt motivated to proceed with these new methods of safety, which is a statistic that has held steady since originally being created in July of 2020.
Rams, as you always know, I like to keep you up to date with the ASCSU Senate, and this week we had that weekly Senate meeting where I got all the details about what you need to know.
All right, with a vote of 22 to 4-6, can you all see that? It does pass, yep.
This week with the ASCSU Senate, we had multiple bills talked about, such as the Diversity and Inclusion Caucus bill and the ASCSU budget for the fiscal year of 2021. The meeting started at 6 o'clock sharp, per usual, and was hosted over Zoom and a YouTube live stream. YouTube was having problems last night, and the live stream was having issues throughout the night. The agenda dictated the main big points outside the usual to be talked about were the budget, as well as to discuss Bill 5003.
Talked about this previously. That should be under general.
In regards to the budget, the Senate discussed the budget of $100,000 for the next fiscal year and was looking to get it approved. Included was a detailed outline Excel sheet talking about what the budget would be used towards. Following the budget discussions, Bill 5003 was discussed. As shown, it seeks to establish the ASCSU Diversity and Inclusion Caucus as the default ASCSU caucus. Discussed well, the bill was passed to discharge with a vote of 22 to 4-6. The big notes of this week may have been more ASCSU related than campus related overall, but this is hopefully to help set up a more successful campus within the next coming months and the next year.
So much just from searching and looking at y'all's website, so if you could do that, that'd be awesome. Yeah, thank you.
As always, Rams, it's my pleasure to keep you up to date, and make sure you tune in next week to see what I've got stored for you.
In the hopes of coronavirus testing becoming easier and more accessible, the state is launching COVID-19 testing kiosks. The Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment has partnered with Curate to increase testing within communities. The test consists of a self-collected oral fluid swab, which is then sealed within a secure container and sent off to a medical lab. Curate manages everything from the supply chain to delivering to results to patients within 48 hours. They are placing 2 kiosks at the University of Northern Colorado as well as the Denver International Airport.
Faculty member Dan Bush recently took to talking to Source.Colo State to reflect upon his 17 years of administrative service to CSU. Dan Bush started in 2003 as a chair of the biology department, and over time his role has changed. In 2012, he became the vice provost for faculty affairs and is soon to become a professor emeritus later this year. While not only being a faculty member for the past 17 years, Bush has also pushed for continuous improvement where he sees fit, such as in places like the classroom and helping change the faculty manual for the better. It looks as though Bush has had 17 years here at CSU very well spent.
Many psychologists are warning people about the effects of election burnout, which is the feeling of mental exhaustion during and after the election season. According to a survey done by the American Psychological Association, around 56% of adults in the United States said that the presidential election was the largest stressor in their life. Now that a winner has been decided for the 2020 presidential election, let's see how Rams are handling the burnout.
Election has been more stressful than past elections because it has actually mattered to me who wins on this one, where it never really has before.
It's been more stressful in the sense that you didn't get to know the results right away. That was one of the big things, at least for me, that kind of got me a little on edge.
I feel a lot more comfortable post-election now that Biden's in office because he has been tweeting like really informative things that I appreciate, so I feel better about it.
Self-care is one of the best ways to avoid election burnout, so I'm going to make sure I'm going to be taking care of myself.
Recently, a 2-star general visited the campus of CSU, and while he was here, he took some time to learn about the fitness study we were conducting here. Major General Lonnie G. Hibbard was on campus from the 5th through the 6th. He met with faculty and leadership from the school and looked into things such as the ROTC program that we offer here. While learning about the program, he was shown the study that we are doing, which is meant to help those on the ROTC program prepare for the new Army Combat Fitness Test. He learned about the design of the study and how it is meant to help the others prepare for this. The reason for this new test is because the Army is looking to replace their old test with a new, more general and age-neutral one. Hibbard himself was quoted as saying, CSU is doing some great work with the new physical fitness test.
The Gardens on Spring Creek just announced their annual Garden of Lights event. The city-run botanical garden becomes a winter wonderland of lights during the holiday season. The display features half a mile of flower beds, a holiday village, and of course, sculptures of garden creatures, completely constructed of Christmas lights. However, things may look a bit different this year due to COVID-19. The gardens have postponed any live entertainment and also will limit participants to 8 people per group, which all must wear face coverings. The Garden of Lights will run from December 9th through the 27th.
Well, I really do love lights, but that's all the time we do have for you guys tonight.
Stick around after the break to see what's new in entertainment with Angel Cooper.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But here's the thing. Can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Can one piece of paper really tell you my whole story? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or how anytime there was an opportunity, I was the first one to step up. Because I wasn't gonna let my life, my circumstances dictate who I was gonna become. And all of that determination, the commitment, the drive, that's me. And that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent like me.
Welcome back from the break, Rams. This is Entertainment, and I'm Angel Cooper. Let's get started. Silver Grill is offering old-time prices to celebrate its 87th anniversary. Up to 87 customers a day will be able to order from the 1933 menu if they make online reservations. The menu will have 30-cent cinnamon rolls, 5-cent coffee, a 35-cent omelet, and so much more. Also, the restaurant staff will be dressing in 1930s attire throughout the celebration. Ooh! Some restaurants are clearly getting creative during the celebration season, and breweries are also jumping on the bandwagon. As Thanksgiving nears, the Biergarten Brewery will be offering 4 craft beer-infused pies that you can purchase and pick up between November 23rd through the 25th. They offer blueberry, apple, and chocolate pies, all which are infused with different types of beer. Now that sounds like a good time for the holidays. First-generation students are an important part of CSU community, and they are getting celebrated this week.
At CSU, 1 in 4 students are first-generation students, and this is being celebrated this week across the United States.
Being a first-generation student means that I am the first one in my family to be able to pursue a college education. It's just a reminder of where I come from and that I need to do it not only like for myself and for my family, but like for the future generations to come.
Forging your own way through college comes with quite a few unexpected challenges.
How you see yourself doing in like academics, because you start to like have that like doubt or that uncertainty, then like maybe this isn't for me, you know?
Having friends that look like you and have the same background as you does help. CSU had a student panel through Zoom discussing what are some things that first gens go through.
Last night was really a great way to connect not just with the staff, but also with their students, and to have a really great cross-collaboration with the way of both supporting and being a first-generation student, and in what ways those conversations really need to happen.
Kreisner gives some advice to first-generation students on how to stay positive.
Like involve yourself in different activities. I know it can be hard, and everyone's experiences are very different, and so don't minimize yourself and your feelings, and seek help when you need to.
I'm a first-generation student, so listening to other students speak about their experiences was so relatable, and I hope the student panel inspires so many students not to give up. Trips to Target are about to be more fun. Ulta Beauty will be coming to Target. Ulta Beauty will be in 100 Target stores nationwide in 2021. The Ulta Beauty will be located near Target Beauty section. As of right now, Target is exploring different ways to personalize services and digital tools to be like the Glam Lab. Ulta Beauty features a Glam Lab that their website, on their app, and people can try on their makeup virtually. So now that Target has Starbucks, a Disney store, a mini food court, a dollar section, a regular grocery store, and a pharmacy? Okay, now Target is trying to be like a mini mall or something here. Okay, on to my favorite part of the night. What's the hype? Let's see what's going on social media. All right, let's get started. Yesterday, Zendaya posted on Instagram of her being featured on the front cover of Elle magazine. Her caption was, quote, this is a special one, thank you, at Elle USA, and thanks to my G, Chalamet, for doing the interview with me, end of quote. Now look at her. Look at that long, gorgeous red hair, and oh, she's serving looks right there. I can never. I wish that I could have Zendaya teach me how to pose on Instagram. Well, last but not least, Cardi B continues to be trending on social media. And no, nothing's happening with her and Offset. They're still together. Cardi will be dropping a full collaboration with Reboot that will be released tomorrow. The rapper has a shoe collection called Cardi B Club Sneaker. On her collection will feature a black and white design with a see-through sole and sizes that will be available for toddlers and adults. This is so exciting, and as Cardi B would say, oh, well, Rams, that's all I have for you tonight, but don't go anywhere because your name Moran will tell you what's coming up on the weather.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back from the break, Rams. Bienvenidos de vuelta, and thank you for being here tonight. I am Yanei Moran, here with the weather report for this week. So without further ado, let's take a look at our current conditions. Right now, we are currently at 29 degrees. Our low tonight is 20, so it will be chilly tonight. We do have mild winds at 4 miles per hour headed northeast. Now let's take a look at what it was like on campus today. As you see here, we did have clear skies on campus. However, we still have some green areas all around. But I'm afraid that won't last too long because the snow is starting to come. Now let's take a look at our overnight lows. Along our front range here, it looks like we will be in the 20s with our high in Denver at 28 degrees. For the most part, we will be in the 20s throughout the state, but it looks like we are going into our single digits in Craig and Gunnison at 9 degrees, which will be very chilly tonight. But along our eastern side here in Sterling, we will be at 20 and then Limon at 18. So for the most part across the state, we will be in the 20s. So get your blanket because it will be chilly tonight. Now for tomorrow's highs, we will be along in the 50s across the state. So along our I-25 corridor here, Pueblo our highest at 62 and then Grand Junction at 50 and 40 in Vail. But along our eastern side, we will be at 56 in Sterling and then Lamar at our highest with Pueblo at 62. For tomorrow's forecast in Fort Collins, we will be at 49 degrees. It will be mainly sunny and our low will be 34. So take advantage of that. We won't have much winds tomorrow. So go ahead and take advantage. Go out and play golf if you wish. And for our 5-day forecast, throughout the week, it looks like we will be mostly cloudy throughout the entire week, except for Friday being our sunny day at 49. Saturday will be a high of 46, and we will be expecting a lot of wind on Saturday. So if you have hair on your head, make sure to grab your weaves because it will be very windy. Sorry about that. I'm laughing because everybody else is laughing, so I hope you laugh too. But Saturday, we will be expecting high winds ranging from 30 miles per hour to 40. So take care of that. And I know weaves are expensive. Sunday, we will have a high of 47 with a low of 29. Mostly cloudy on Sunday. And then Monday and Tuesday will be our highest on Tuesday at 58 with a low of 37. Well, Rams, that is all I have for you tonight, but don't go away just yet. Stick around to hear Sydney Wicker talking about what is happening in sports after the break.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
How's it going, Rams, and welcome back to The Blitz. I'm Sydney Wicker, filling in for Brendan Fairbairn this evening. But don't worry, I'll still fill you in on all that's happening in Ram Country. So, let's get right into it. Well, the Rams are currently down in Boise, Idaho, taking on the Boise State Broncos. And even though the Broncos are coming off of a loss, this team has already made a statement so far this year. Up until Sunday, the Broncos were ranked top 25 in the nation. But what will the Rams need to do if they want to beat Boise State for the first time since the Broncos have been in the Mountain West Conference? Well, it's going to start by keeping an eye on those Broncos wide receivers. That's right, junior Khalil Shakir is back on the blue turf again, and he's leading the Broncos in receiving yards with 23 receptions, 352 yards, and 4 touchdowns. In last week's loss against 9th-ranked BYU, Shakir caught 10 passes for 139 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's also made quite an impact last year against the Rams, as he was one of Boise's top guys, bringing in 103 receiving yards in what was a 31-24 victory for the Broncos. The Rams are going to have to stay strong on defense, especially in the secondary, if they want to slow down this Boise State team. But it doesn't look like the Rams are doing so hot so far. Their current score is 28-7, and the Broncos are up. And, well, CSU kind of turned the ball over twice on special teams, letting the Broncos get ahead on a blocked punt and a blocked field goal. But CSU didn't stay silent for long to top off the beginning of the second quarter. Well, they sent an 80-yard bomb down the field. Dante Wright caught it, putting them right in the red zone. Well, going from the turf to the hardwood, CSU basketball is more than ready to get their 2020-21 season started. And with that, sophomore Isaiah Stevens was selected Wednesday for the preseason All-Mountain West Conference team. Last year, Stevens had a standout freshman season in Fort Collins, starting in all 32 games and putting in more minutes than anyone else on the team. He also hit the crazy buzzer beater against Nevada and averaged 13.3 points per game, along with a CSU freshman record of 144 assists. If there's one thing that Stevens says that he's learned from the veterans so far, well, it's that there's some pretty good guards in the Mountain West.
Just playing against guys like Malachi Flynn and KJ Fegan and Sam Merrill, just those great guards, being able to battle against them as a true freshman, you learn different tricks of the trade. You learn how they communicate with their teammates and why ultimately they're so successful. So just taking bits and pieces from those phenomenal players has definitely helped me with my leadership and also just continuing to improve as a player going into my second year.
Now the Rams have also received recognition from the other players, coaches, and media members in the conference, as they are projected to finish 5th in the Mountain West preseason polls, behind UNLV, Utah State, Boise State, and San Diego State. CSU is getting closer and closer to testing their skills from the work they've put in this offseason when they tip off their new season next month. Now going on to the Diamond, yesterday marked another big national signing day for CSU softball, adding 5 new signees to the 2022 class. Of the 5 women include 2 players from Colorado, local Poudre High School catcher Brooke Bollinger and Ralston Valley High School infielder Jordan West. Both the Colorado natives are first-team all-conference recipients and have both excelled academically. Bollinger chose to stay home and outlined her decision to Colorado State Athletics by saying, "I started going to CSU softball camps as a little girl. It has always been my dream to play softball for CSU in the city I love." The 5 new signees could be in Fort Collins as soon as they graduate from high school. CSU head coach Jen Fisher is known for her recruiting trail, which happens pretty early, and getting her players to stay committed. We'll have to see how this talented group of athletes shows out when they hit the diamond, possibly at Ram Field very shortly. Well, Rams, that's all the action I have for you tonight. But don't forget to tune in on Monday to get the full recap of the CSU and Boise State game. Until next time, I'm Sydney Wicker. Have a great night, Rams.